Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. This is an educational room. It's not a trading room. I don't know how many of you was at 9:30 when the market started, and this is a really brutal movement on the Nasdaq. This is a nightmare for the traders. If you see from 9:30 morning when the market's open, this is it was a brutal movement on the Nasdaq, and I was looking and watching, and I said, oh God, I hope nobody got into this trouble. And as we see, the market is I'm not expecting the market movement, any movement from now till the election. It is a lot of volatility, and we will try to examine the market one piece at a time, and we will try to wait till the market start sinking in and start taking the trades. At the moment, if we look at the Nasdaq, how actually it is really a brutal trade from 9:30. Look at this market, how nasty was. And if we look on the ES right now, this is also from 9:30. It was a beautiful ride this morning when we were trading the DAX, but then at 9:30 the market got into the shockwave, and that is really no place for an auto trade or a manual trade to be taken in there. And I was watching the Nasdaq, the way it was jumping. It was is beyond the normal days. So right now, the only thing we have on the Nasdaq is to the long direction. The ES, this is the problem right now. The market is extremely mixed. I don't see any long direction on the ES, and the ES, there is nothing to do with the ES. You cannot trade an ES at the moment. If we look at the ES, there is plenty resistance from 340150 all the way to the 3412. There is a heavy resistance. And then you have a heavy support from this area here, 3396, all the way down to the 3387. What is telling us in a plain English? That means no matter what you do on the ES, you're not going to make it. No matter what you do, whether you are auto trading, manual trading, trying to scalp right now, it is not the place to take a trade on the ES. And the ES is jammed, and there is nothing we can do between those the heavy resistance level and the support area, and there is no movement. You have to be very patient until we get something movement. Let me show you when we first started. This is the new version. We have not released. We trying to test it. We have not released this new auto trade yet. And this one here is a scalping. As you see, this is the scalping, and this is a new auto trade we made. It is a very friendly use for the beginners. They don't know how to do optimization. They don't know how to do anything. It is a very friendly use. And as we see right now, we are trading 2 contracts on this. You can trade 1 contract or 4 contracts. And we started around 9:30, and it did survive this volatility on the market, but it was much higher earlier before the market has opened. Let me show you something. Also, we got caught on the Nasdaq with a few bad trades when the market's open, and right now we are okay. We're doing fine. The market starts stable, and this one here we are using ES as is, straight out of the box, CL, Nasdaq, gold, YM, and we have a big loss here on the YM, but it's become very stable on this new auto trade, and now we are doing the last phase on the auto trade before we release that. So this is a very, very friendly use in auto trade. We're still working on it. We need to add one more filter, and that auto trade you can use a rank bar, range, takes, and what we have done, we usually on the TI7 we will cover the TI7 as we speak right now. This is the scalper, has nothing to do with the signal automated trade, has nothing to do with the signal automated trade. This is a total different strategy. Also on the TI7, it is a total different strategy from the scalper, the one on the right corner. This is the scalper, and this one here is a total different automated trade. And this morning, because I like the DAX in the morning, and those are the DAX trades in the morning. It's the same template we have sent on Monday webinar for our members. This is the same template, and all of them hit the target perfectly. And you just load the template, and we've been getting a lot of good results on this is the same template we have released on Monday for the members, and this is I make the DAX a bit tight, because if it goes to the opposite direction, can be brutal on the DAX. But if you remember from last week's video, I told you, because if one of the auto trade made more than the others on the time frame, does not mean you need to jump on the other time frame. As an example, today, because the way the market move, which is my favorite time frame, if you go back with the video, I told you I prefer the 4 minutes on the DAX, and this is the 4 minutes on the DAX. As you see here, the 4 minutes on the DAX nailed 7,741 euro, and this is a really amazing on the DAX. On the 1 minute, all of them under $1,000 target, but if the market is going to your direction, the auto trade is going to stay and earning more if this on your direction. So on the 1 minute we made 1,200, on the 2 minutes 2,200, on the 3 minutes 1,034, on the 4 minutes 7,741, and on the 5 minutes is 2,000. So as we see on the DAX, the 4 minutes and the 5 minutes, they are extremely stable, and they are very good. On this one here, we have not released this new scalper automated trade. We're still gonna be filtering it a little bit more this week before we release it, and then we secure it and send it out. So I'm not sure we are able to release it on Monday. It could be the Monday after. As we see here on the ES, hit the target 1,100. It's only minutes. We're not. Then what we do is just you right click, and then what you do, you reload, and now we are ready for the next round on the scalper. So right now we have one trade on the gold. If we look at the gold, this is the gold trade, and as you see, what is nice about it, the reason I went into the scalping here on this auto trade, because of days like now with the market, or overnight when the market is not moving. So what we have made a small auto trade with a scalping, and then it can pick up a little bit at the time on this. and as you see right now, it can pick up whatever we can. And if you put it on zero, again, if you put it on zero, that means you disarm the trailing stop and stop loss. And then what happened? The auto trade will start closing the trade and by itself, and then you don't need to use a trailing stop. You have a safety stop loss. But if you put it on 0-0, then what it does, the auto trade take over, and you don't need to do any optimization, or you don't need to do back testing and spend your whole weekend trying to figure out how to do this one. So this is the second phase of the auto trade we've been working on now for over 3 months, and we are about to release it very soon. We are gonna go ahead and add filtering it a little bit more, and then what we will do, we will go ahead and send it out to the traders. So this is, you can use one contract, two contracts, whatever you want on this one here. Also, it is very wise to start it around 9:30, 11 o'clock. You are okay, and it is really, even if the market not trending, you still can pick up a small trades, and you know, and then the secret in the trading. Let me take this one out of the way. The secret in the trading: don't put all your money on one horse, especially in the future trading. And as an example, once we release this one here, most of you now, they start using a micro account. So probably you will be trying to take two contract ES micro account, NASDAQ, YM, CL micro account, and you still can come out a little bit ahead of the game. So this is one type of a scalper, and I'm just trying to update you that this auto trade is doing fine, and there is some other things we are doing, but I'm not gonna now talk about it. So we will continue updating you on this new auto trade, and we will see. But I like what I'm looking at, and I'm very comfortable with it, especially for guys that don't have this wisdom in the trading, so they will not get in trouble. Now on the other one, we will be covering now, as you see, the swing trading start taking an automated. This is an automated trade, and the signal fired to the sell position, and as we see right now, the market start going down, and we will, as I said, guys, there is no long on the ES, so keep thinking long. As we see here, the auto trade put estimation by itself where is going to be the probability exit this market. But right now, because this market is a lot of volatility, I'm going to override the auto trade and a break even. However, when the fibs come into the trailing stop, they will be automatically moving your trailing stop. So this is a very tight right now, as we see from the ES scalper. This one here, the ES scalper, switched to the swing trading automatically, and as you see, where the fib lines is always keep chasing the fib line. If we look on the 1 minute, the swing trading, we have a reversal fired up, and I don't want to take any chances. What we are going, we're gonna go ahead and break even then this way, so the market is not costing us any money. And now the system took the trade, estimating where it's going, and on the way down, you can estimate where you want to exit this market or not. Let's try to get the NASDAQ also on this. The NASDAQ is the same story. On the scalper, the white charts is the scalper, and they are coming from the right upper corner from the market analyzer. The CL is just a closed position. It hit right on the target on the CL. On the Russell, we are pulling back to the first fib line. And man, we are so busy today. And let me show you also on this new auto trade we are doing. We are testing, and right now we are still on that trade with the gold, and there is no other trade. But anyway, those are very affordable. Even if you go on a one contract, they are very affordable. So if you say you are on one contract, you are around $1,500 into the profit based on one contract. So this is not bad at all. And we will continue updating you on this new auto trade. We have also modified the TI7, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. We are still under the test with the TI7. We have been busy. We have the programmers, all of them are on a full-time, non-stop working. So they are extremely busy. We have opened a lot of projects, and we should be start showing or start releasing whatever we are doing. So this is the scalper, and the market is really, as I said, there is a lot of brutal movement in the market. Try to break even as soon as possible on any type of a market or any type of a trading. Try to break even as soon as possible, because this market is switching on you left and right, and you don't want to get caught. And the market, when it's moving very fast, you can be extremely expensive on your slippage. So you got to be careful how you are playing these trades, and you got to be careful when where are the fib lines and where you need to put your limitation on those trades. In the fast market, if you don't know what you're doing, you can easily potentially lose all your money in the market, because what you are reading on your screen is a very late news, and by the time you react, you are way behind. So please try to avoid trade in a fast market, especially to those amateur traders. By the time you start calculating what's going on, you are a history. In the fast market, you don't challenge a fast market. This is the TI7 auto trade is taking, you see, is breaking even immediately. We are 2,500 on that trade, and we will try to, and this is the same template we have sent you on Monday webinar. It's the same template like the DAX. It's the same template as the DAX. And as you see, the trailing stop is extremely tight to it, and this is a really good movement by the ES, and let's see what else we have. Okay, the Nasdaq on the scalper from the upper right corner, the market analyzer and the ES, those are the scalper, and what it does is switch to the swing trading by itself from the scalping. And the gray one here, the TI7, has nothing to do with the signal. This is a total different automated strategy, and has nothing to do with signal. And we'll keep you monitoring this. Today I have it on this computer. We don't have it on the server. And this one, the new Autotrader scalper, we are we are doing the new test from the update yesterday. I received a newer update, and it is working extremely well, and it's really stable. And what I like about it, does not require too much work from the trader, and does not require too much things. And now we need to reactivate this one here, and we will update you on this new auto trade, how is it performing. So it's still under test, and we are very pleased with the result. They are very consistent, and this is the most important. They are very consistent, and the CL, they're all okay now, and we only have one trade gold. And what is nice about it, also you will find out, like yesterday, let me show you now the Wyama took a trade, but let me show you something like from yesterday. What I like about it is you can see there is a big gaps hours without any trade on the scalper, which is a very, you can see like yesterday, you can see where really the auto trade stopped trading when there is nothing to be traded. And this is the nightmare. How you gonna have a guy, we've been talking to him for 13 years to learn, and he doesn't want to learn, and he want to trade 24/7, and he have a $2,000, and he want to make a $1 million. The guy is not realistic. So what we have done on this one here is try to take over for what he think, and when there is a trade, the auto trade is gonna take a trade. And what is if we look from yesterday, from 12 o'clock, the auto trade did not initiate any trade. So we don't want to listen to this guy. The guy is a dreamer. I cannot fulfill his dream. I also like to have my own private jet, but does not mean I'm gonna get one. But I don't care what his wish is. But the reality is different than the wishes. So also I wish to have $20,000 every day in a profit, and this is my wishes. It does not mean it's gonna come through. This is not a Santa Claus automated trade. This is a reality, mechanical automated trade. I don't know any Santa Claus auto trade yet. So what we have done on that auto trade, for that guy, when he dive into the pile of mud and he don't understand what's going on in the market, we cannot do it 100%. But what we have done, we have filtered a lot of volatility, and he still does not understand this. He still look at numbers. He don't understand why the auto trade would not take a trade here for his safety. Because if we look at this area here, after 10, 11 years dealing with the public, we've seen it all, from a guy want to divorce his wife and he wants an auto trade so he can leave his wife, to another guy, he want to leave his retarded son and auto trade so he will have a great future. We've heard it all, the story from a guy, he cannot touch the market, he was abused when he was a kid. We've heard all that, or another guy, his wife making him do the dishes and he cannot trade so he needs an auto trade. We've heard all those stories for the last 13 years. So for all those guys, with all the same story, so if we look at this area here, this one here, there is no trade and there is no ticks to be made, so the auto trade did not initiate a trade. So if we look from this session here, it was very flat, little bumper here, and nothing happened. And then when the market start getting momentum, we start taking picking up a small trade. So this is the way you need to look at the auto trade. It's not how much it makes, because you need to know how much. If your shop making money, you want to know what is making money in your shop, what kind of inventory, what kind of products is making money for you, and what kind of products is not making money for you. So it's not just, you turn on the auto trade and now we are happily living after. I mean, this is I don't know, maybe only in a fairy tale. I don't know where those ideas come from, but this is only from a fairy tale. You still, the end of the day, this is a mechanical trading, and you still have to understand how you're making money or how you're losing money, and most of them, they don't understand that. So this is where, I'm trying, this is a worst nightmare, to how to protect that guy from himself. And that is a nightmare. That is a pure nightmare. How are you going to protect this guy from himself? And customers, they come in with different colors. So, okay, so this one here on the TI7, we close 1,750 on that one here right now. Okay. So this is what we have been working on, and it's been really we put the best programmers in the country to do this. It's become extremely expensive, but we will hopefully this one will give us less support. So right now, as I said, I was not. I don't trust the market because of the volatility, and I told you guys to break even immediately because the market is not really going a smooth ride today. And if we look, I mean, this is, I don't want to call it scalping. I don't want to call this one here, this area here on the NASDAQ, swing trading. It is like a tango trading. It's like, when you dance in tango, you have one step forward, two step backward. And this one here is like a tango trading. It's one step forward, two step backward. So this is this hula bully tango trading here is not going to work for you, whether you are auto trading or a manual trade. You must have a Houdini auto trade in order for you picking up 1 bar profit, closing 1 bar profit. I mean, this is impossible to trade. If we look at this chart here from that area to that area, millions of people has lost money in this area here, not knowing the chop market in there. Then the market trending, we took that trade, we broke even, and then the market go back immediately to the resistance line. So this is an amazing market, and I'm expecting to stay like this until the election days is over. We're gonna keep holding on the, keep our eye on the trading. Again, there is no long trade at the moment on the ES. We are way far from a long trading. The YM is really middle of the chop market here, and there is nothing we can do. We need to sit on the side and wait till this market to start giving us a place where we can enter the market. At the moment, it is a suicide to take any trade here. It is a horrible to take a trade there. If you look at the ES, again, we went back to the support level, and here's the resistance level. It's stuck in this channel. And NASDAQ is stuck, the ES, the YM is stuck, so there is nothing in here to trade. We will be waiting until we can get something out of it, and we will try to let you know when we see trending. Despite that, on the right upper corner, or if you do not know if the market is really a lot of volatility or not, when you start open your Ninja Trader and you look at the market analyzer, the swing trading, on the left corner, left upper corner, and scalpers on the right upper corner. I mean, we've been doing this for many years on the YouTube. As you see here today, it is like a Christmas tree. We have seen in the past, you can go up to 1,000 ticks into profit, and you can go in red. And we've seen all season how the system works. But when you open your chart and you see a lot of green and a lot of red, you cannot trade. You don't need, if you don't know how to read the market, you don't know where is a chop market, you don't know where there's a volatility, that's fine. But when you come in and you turn on your Ninja Trader and you see this market analyzer here, red and green, like a Christmas tree, that's mean go ahead, take a break, make a coffee, do something, wash your car, wait 5-10 minutes until the market start getting in the green. You know, this is all what you need to see, just 5 minutes. Look around before you start your auto trade. So that will save you a lot of money if you do that. Let me go back and I want to monitor. This is my favorite day. This is my favorite day to test any new system. Why? As we see here on the market analyzer is red and white, a lot of volatility, a lot of nasty movement, and we are doing the test on this new auto trade. And as we see how it is surviving, I don't know, maybe because of from my old job when we over stress the aircraft to test the aircraft, and this is my favorite days to test an auto trade, especially if it's a new, how it is working under stress. And today this market is under stress, and as we see, this is a new auto trade, how it is the results under stress when the market is under stress. So what I like about it is not the amount of money. It could be today $1,000, like what we have done on the DAX. We have the 4 minutes made 7,000 euro today, and tomorrow could be one banana, or it could be tomorrow 200 euro. It's not the amount of money. It is how the auto trade functioning when there is a stress for that auto trade. And as we see right now, this is under stress, the market, a lot of volatility, and still surviving. Still surviving. It's not a great numbers, but it's still surviving, and it's still trying to nail $100 here, $200 there. And this is what I call a quality auto trade. I prefer to have an auto trade can survive in a volatility market than to have an auto trade can make $10,000 today and lose $10,000 the second day. And none of this wishy-washy line of break and one day ticks, one day range, one day Renko, whatever. So it is minutes. You can use it for a Renko bar. You can use it for range. You can use it for ticks. But we're going to stay on the 1 minute because on the 1 minute is a stability. But for the traders, we still have some people, they like to use different time frame. They can do that, and they can optimize if they want to use a different ticks chart or a range or whatever they want to on it. No big deal. So right now we are a little bit flat. I'm not going to encourage anyone to approach to any trades at the moment. All what I see this market, there is at the moment there is no way up. It's only pointing the market down, and we will stay quiet for a few minutes until this market start giving us direction where we are going. So I'll turn off my microphone. Thank you. On a day like this today, probably all the way to the election, the best offer you do, you override the auto trade and you break even on the signal, and you just wait. Now you're on a free ride on it, so you don't need to do anything to it. Look, this is a really nasty movement. Look at this on the Russell, and you can see how fast this market is dropping. And I don't want to take any chances on it, and I'm not gonna exit like what we have covered last week. I covered the whole last week about a lot of traders make a mistake and exit on $100 trade or $200 trade, and then they jump on the wagon again and take in a trade one more time, and that's is the biggest mistake. So $100, $200 in the market is not gonna activate me to close position. I'm trying to catch a trend in here. So my thinking is in the trading, in the future trading. The less you trade, the better you are. And if this market make 100, 200, I'm not gonna even bother to touch it. The only thing we can do to it is a break even. That's mean a plus a tick or two. That's mean this is a free ride. It's not costing you anything anymore. And just relax. If it's gonna go the bar one more step or two steps backward, does not affect us, because what we are looking for a big trend. So right now, either this market go back, and if we knocked out of that trade by breaking even a couple ticks, I'm very fine with it, but I'm not gonna exit on $100 profit. If this market decided to trend and turn around, and the market start trending, when it start going into the $400, $500, $600, this is where we say, okay, now we're talking. Now if we are going to exit from that trade, we're not trading anymore. So this is the thinking you need to do, trying to catch the trend and not to sell out a trade based on $100 profit or $200 profit. This is nothing in the future trading. Maybe you are desperate for this $100, $200 to cover for what you have lost. Maybe you're saying, well, it's easy for you to say. No, it's not. Because let's say you have a $5,000 account, and you made a mess, and you went in and start trading where you were not ready to start going live, and now your account is wounded. It's the opposite. That because your account now is wounded, you need to look for a big trade and not looking for a small trade, because what it takes is only one trend to catch, one trend to get recover. It's the opposite for what you're thinking. So right now, this market with a lot of volatility, and I will not do too much damage. I'll try to keep it very tight on the trading, and the auto trade, let him do his job, and I will keep it very tight and try to keep it small trades when it is going the opposite direction, and when the market start trending, you just give it a space to go back and forth. This is how you need to do it. So right now we are waiting on a new signal on the scalper. We exit it. We don't want to mess with it. And we will see. This NASDAQ trade on the new signal is not going to survive because we have a resistance at 78 level. It's not going to survive. So immediately I'm going to go ahead and cut my losses on it and give it just little room to trade from. If we are able to break the 7.7 level, then we break even, and then we are done. What we are looking for a big trade. We're not looking for a small trade. Why this one is not going to survive? Why this NASDAQ is not going to survive that trade? Look at the ES. The ES is the oxygen for YM and NASDAQ. There is no way that ES able to break those area and is going to drag the Nasdaq down as we expected. Look at it. It's not going to survive. I knew it. It was not a good trade. As you see, the ES is not going to, there is no long on the ES, period. And if we look at the ES heavy resistant area here, it's not going to break it just by trending. We need a lot more than that to break all those levels. So the market is staying down and there is no long trade on the ES, period. And we are still on a short direction, pullback, re-entry short. There is no other direction on the ES, which any long trade on the Nasdaq is going to have an impact from the ES. So we just need to hold on, and it's going to be really, the closer we get on those 2 weeks, the election is very tight, and one rumor is going to take this market up, and one rumor is going to take this market down. So fast your seat belt until the election is over. Nothing we can do. It's not what we like, what we don't like. It's what the market like or don't like. It's not our results or who we like. I don't want to get into this, but it's what the market like. Despite what interest we have or what we like. But the impact as a trader, you have no opinion, and whatever the market like, whatever president the market like, is going to react on. Simple as that. Nothing we can do. So there we go. Out of all those auto trade, I have no prediction, sir, about the election. Somebody is asking me my personal opinion. Stay personal. I don't want to get involved into this. No, please don't do that, Aaron. To us is whatever the market make it move. That's it. But I'm not gonna get into this. Yeah, Aaron, with this business here, stay away from politics and religion. It has nothing to do with the trading. So, and it's going to get very, very bad next week until this election is over. Nothing we can do. This time is very hot election. We're waiting on something to happen here to move so we can start taking the trade. On the scalpers, there is no trade. Not even the 15-second scalper. There is nothing. Nothing. Not even a 15-second scalper, there is nothing. Look, there is nothing. So we're still on a standby. Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut off the microphone. There is not much I can say right now. With the market, it's just sitting. It's a really brutal movement. So I don't want to encourage anyone to take a trade at the moment. So I'll turn off the microphone, and we will wait till this market start trending. Thank you.
hopper ind på e-boks. Men altså, Men du ved også godt, det betyder, når jeg er under kontrakt,
This is a very, very interested. I want to show this. We are testing, as we said, the webinar, the new auto trade. I want to show you something very interesting. Doing this volatility on this new auto trade, if you noticed, we have not. The auto trade did not take any more trade doing the volatility. This is an art. This is a really what really makes me happy about it is doing this mess in the market right now did not initiate any trade. And as we see from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instruments, there is only one opening position on the CL. And this is very interesting as well, that doing this CL volatility did not take any trade. And this is what we are looking for on the test. And if we see from 9:48 until now, decide to take a trade. So this is the beauty about that scalping is when there is no trade, it's not taking a trade. And that is very interesting. This is how we want it to be, to protect those amateur trader, not over trading. And I like that. I like when the market, there is a false movement in the market, the auto trade is not jumping on a trade. And let's take an example on this is how we are looking at the test right now. Let's look at the YM. There is nothing between this trade and that trade. There is a big gap. So the idea is to leave that auto trade, on a server, or let it run. And it is an idea for like if you put a couple mini account or micro account and let it roll by itself. And now we are doing the third phase on it. This is the second phase. And now we are going on the third phase, where we're going to filter also some of those losing trade, where it's going to be not too many trade, even for that guy have this auto trade 24/7. He's not going to get in trouble. And this is the whole idea. We are approaching the auto trade. It's not about the profit factor. It's not about how much you might make $100 a day. You might not make $100. It's not. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. But the reason it's taken us a very long time. For this guy is trying, which there is 75% of the traders, they're not familiar with the market. They just approaching the market and they have nothing to do with the trading. So this is a very pleasant auto trade. And once we are done, I will be, and of course after the election, I will be putting it live and pick up a couple contracts on each and let it run by itself, because it's doing an extremely good job. Really, it's really doing an extremely job. And on a day like this, I don't care if there is a YM $400 or $800 or $1,000 on the gold. On a day like this, if this auto trade can survive, where 80% of the traders today, they're not making money, and that auto trade is making money. So on a day like this, if this auto trade can make money, that's mean on a normal day, this auto trade can really fly. So this is really, I'm very, 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 and this one is not optimized. It's just straight out of the box. I just put setting, and it's not even optimized, So, and I'll letting it do his things. I don't know even if the 3 minutes is the best 3 minutes on the ES. I just put it to 3 minutes, and I put most of them on 3 minutes. No, this one is on a 1 minute. Should be wrong. Should be on 3 minutes actually. And the gold 3 minutes, Nasdaq 3 minutes, CL 3 minutes, ES 3 minutes. So it's a straight out of the box without any optimization, and putting it on 3 minutes, and it is amazing. Job did that auto trade. I really, really like that auto trade a lot. Now we are about to hit 10 auto trades in the package. I think we have around 10 auto trades in the package. So for the nightmare comes from the new beginners. So so when I have a new guy coming in as a beginner, I'll put him on this one first, and then he can work his way out and upgrade himself to the signal and to the other auto trade. But this is a very good start for a beginner.